The most feared Hells Angels rules, exposed by undercover agent. Ready to dive into the wild and mysterious realm of the Hells Angels? They are a big, tough motorcycle club known as the 1%ers, the rebels against the law-abiding 99% of bikers. It all began back in 1948 in California, and now they have 467 clubs across 59 countries. But here's the twist. They are super exclusive, with just around 800 members in the US and 2,500 worldwide. Buckle up for the ride as we reveal the thrilling rules they live by, from intense screenings to loyalty, respect, and the iconic Harley-Davidson love. Needs to be approved by vote. This one makes a certain amount of logic. Since it is a club, one cannot simply let anyone walk in, can one? In this scenario, prospective members are known as tentative members, and they are responsible for running errands until the club reaches a decision regarding whether or not to vote them in or kick them out. Depending on the individual, this procedure may take a significant amount of time. The procedure could take years, and the primary reason for this is that once you've started, there is no way to back out of it. Before you may join the club, there is going to be a thorough screening to determine your level of dedication. In addition, there is a long list of prerequisites that must be satisfied before you can participate, such as possessing a similar personality, riding a particular type of motorcycle, and being able to ride your bike wherever and anywhere. No law allowed. This is something that needs no explanation, doesn't it? You can't possibly anticipate that a club like this will have any respect for the law, not to mention the officers who uphold it. Because of the potential for a conflict of interest, anyone who works in law enforcement, whether as a police officer, a jail guard, or even a security guard, is ineligible for membership in the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. The bizarre thing is that despite everything they've done, there are still certain places that do not consider them to be a criminal organization. The United States undoubtedly holds this view, as evidenced by the fact that local law enforcement has been so hostile toward the organization that its members have filed a lawsuit. The government of British Columbia, on the other hand, has not classified them as a criminal organization, yet this has not prevented law enforcement from conducting raids on their clubhouses. Once you commit to something, there is no turning back. The process of becoming a member can take years, providing prospective members with plenty of time to reflect on the commitment, which should be taken very seriously. The procedure is rather intimidating, since once you become a member, you will be a member for the rest of your life. This is not the kind of get in, get out, and move on with your life kind of deal. When a prospective member is accepted into the club by a majority vote from the other members, some of them are awarded a patch that reads AFFA, or Angels Forever, Forever Angels. Because of this, someone needs to give it a lot of serious consideration before going all in with the club. As a reminder, this is a significant commitment, one that for some people is even more significant than getting married. Everything relates to the motorcycle. Is the motorcycle the focal point of a motorcycle club? Even though it's rather obvious what the answer should be to this question, we still have to follow this guideline. In order to even be considered for membership, you need to own a Harley-Davidson. This brotherhood is a way of life, and one aspect of it is the style of motorcycles that its members ride. If you want to be taken into consideration, you need to make sure you have one of these bad boys. It's an investment, but it's necessary. The ownership of Harley-Davidson motorcycles is ingrained in their culture. They have been riding these bikes ever since they were initially introduced to the public, and they have a tremendous amount of brand loyalty. When the organization was first started, Harley-Davidson was selling inexpensive motorcycles that were simple to maintain, and the name Harley-Davidson just kind of stuck. The vests are considered holy garb. When a prospective member joins the club, they are presented with a vest that has the group's name and its well-known logo. They are also given a patch with the name of their charter stitched onto it, which is a very crucial addition to this very important vest. After all, charters may be found in just about every country on the planet. planet, from the United States to Australia and Belgium. In order to prevent it from becoming tainted in jail, a member who is arrested while wearing it is expected to immediately pass it over to another member. In the event that they are injured and require emergency care, they will do everything in their power to prevent having it severed or torn off. It is safe to say that the vest is easily the second most significant thing a Hell's Angel can have, second only to their bike. Take care whom you acquaint yourself with in the world. On its website, Hell's Angels Motorcycle Club issues a warning to never combine your support for Hell's Angels with the support of other clubs, street gangs, or others if you are unaware of the relationship between those other groups and the Hell's Angels Motorcycle Club. This indicates that any friendships you choose to foster ought to be compatible with the overall dynamic of the group. The Hell's Angels are notorious for driving other motorcycle clubs out of town, which is not surprising when one considers the enormous size of the Hell's Angels Club. Other MCs just do not have a chance against the Hell's Angels. If you wish to join the group, you'll have to cut ties with any friends who aren't welcome. Maintain your optimism. That's all that's asked of you. If it isn't associated with the Hell's Angels, you shouldn't wear it. Do you remember when we declared the vest to be holy? There are some guidelines to follow in conjunction with it. We have little doubt that you have encountered products that appear to have been branded by the Hell's Angels organization without actually being so. However, the club has a zero-tolerance policy toward impersonation, and its members take this rule extremely seriously. Do not even attempt to put it on in the hopes of passing yourself off as one of the boys, unless they have either given it to you or sold it to you themselves. You are required to work for your equipment. Has anyone been spotted acting as though they are a member of the Hell's Angels while wearing something? Let's just say you had better hope that a member doesn't see you wearing it, since it would be embarrassing. One who is wise to the precepts of the Golden Rule. The vast majority of us were taught this rule while we were in kindergarten, but you've probably never seen it taken quite so literally before. The guideline is straightforward and easy to keep in mind. Behave toward other people in the same manner in which you would like to be addressed. If you were brought up with that creed, then you ought to have no problem fitting in with the rest of these young men. The code requires them to show respect to one another on the condition that they are shown the same courtesy in return. There is no guarantee that others will appreciate you simply because you are in the world. It goes without saying that you should show proper deference to the more senior members of the MC. The results of not doing so are, let's just say, they're not desirable. Ride in order. Riding is unquestionably one of the activities that adhere to a regimented protocol inside the Hell's Angels, which governs how each of their activities is carried out. The members of the biker gang ride in the order of their seniority and rank, starting with the charter president and working their way down to the prospects. Since the beginning of time, this has been the standard practice for doing things. In addition to that, the MC is not likely to undergo any change in the near future. Those who are traveling alongside the Hell's Angels are also putting themselves in danger if they try to break up the group by inserting themselves in the thick of it. Perhaps you could just hide behind them if you happen to see them. In all candor, you have no way of knowing what actions they are likely to do. That's all for the video today. We will be right back with more. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.